Editing audio for your hobby level videos isn't terribly complicated. It can be done easily in Audacity. Most of the tips in this video apply to Audacity, and the overall concept is very likely implemented in any of the other audio editors you might be using. Again, I like Audacity because it's free and it's a multi-track editor. That means you can do different things to different tracks separately before exporting the results in a separate stereo file. If you are using a separate audio recorder, getting your file into Audacity is pretty simple. Copy the file into a folder on your computer, then open it from Audacity. You can also drag and drop it into the Audacity workspace. If you are recording to your camera, you'll have to use an audio ripper tool like any audio converter, or find and install the FFmpeg for Audacity. With FFmpeg, you'll import your audio by selecting the video file. The FFmpeg plugin will discard the video and display the audio in Audacity. Your original video file is unharmed. If you've recorded a mono track, you can copy the mono track and paste it into both halves of a stereo track. Now you can do your post-recording editing to both halves at the same time. You can also copy the edited track after applying your effects if you prefer. Regardless, you'll want to export a stereo track for your video. Here's a couple of demos. With your audio in Audacity, there are usually only a couple of things you'll need to do to clean things up. In all the demos, I like to use the Waveform DB view, which you select by selecting the down arrow near the file's name. First, let's normalize the audio. This will adjust the amplitude of the waveforms to fall within the limits we specify. With the audio file loaded, we'll highlight the entire file and select Normalize from the Effects drop-down menu. Make sure the first two boxes are checked and the third is unchecked. I usually use -2 dB as the maximum amplitude. Click either Preview to listen to a sample or OK to apply the change. Notice the waveforms decrease in this example. Let's listen. Let's start with video editing. If you do a search on the free video editing software, you'll end up. This change brought the highs down, so we should avoid clipping which exceed 0 decibels. In a file that was recorded at too low a level, Normalize will increase the wave amplitude. You probably noticed that there was some hum in the clip, so let's use noise reduction to see if we can decrease the hum. Starting from the previous example, we'll first highlight some silence. Next, we'll go to Noise Reduction in the Effects drop-down menu. Click the Get Noise Profile button. That will tell Audacity what we consider noise. Next, highlight the entire clip and again select Noise Reduction from the Effects drop-down menu. This time, we'll go with the defaults of 12, 6, and 3. Click the Preview button to listen to a sample or OK to execute the command. Again, notice that the waveforms have changed slightly. Let's listen. That's worlds better than just raw video. This is a big improvement over the original audio file. If you're not happy with the results, undo the changes and change the default settings. Last, if you notice that you have a couple of waveforms that are much larger than the majority of peaks, you'd expect that there are some parts of the audio where the sound will be louder or out of proportion. To fix this problem, you use an effect called a compressor. The compressor pushes down the peaks. This is especially helpful if you have levels that nearly cross the 0 decibel level. To employ this effect, highlight your clip and select Compressor from the Effects menu. The screen mechanics works pretty much like the other examples. The defaults are a good place to start, so leave them alone. Again, view the waveform to see that the peaks drop down and listen to the file to make sure that you like the result. I'll be honest, some of these tools don't provide the results I want. Some of that is because this is a free program, and some of it is because I'm not a sound professional. In many cases, I can make a sizable improvement in my sound by doing the noise removal, normalizing, and then doing noise removal a second time. Now, if you've been working with a mono track, as with our example, you may want to save this as a stereo output. To do that in Audacity, go to the Edit menu and select Duplicate. That will give you two identical tracks. Next, go to the Context menu for the upper track using the little arrow near the name and select Left Channel. Go to the same menu on the lower track and select Right Channel. Go back to the upper channel and select Make Stereo Track. Woohoo! Now we've got a stereo file with sound on both channels. You may also be able to do this in your video editor. Pinnacle allows me to do some audio editing, and one of the choices is to duplicate channels, so that would work too. Regardless, you don't want to ruin all your editing work by having your audience hear only audio in their left or right ear. With your edits done, export the file using a high-quality format to your video editor. MP3 or WAV files are normally good choices. Keep the slate claps or hand claps and don't cut out the errors or other things you'll be omitting in the video. You want to be able to sync the sound back with the video using the slate clap or hand clap, and then do your cuts in the video editor itself. That'll be much easier than matching audio again and again after every cut without a corresponding clap on the video track. Sound editing is a profession unto itself. This overview just gives you a couple of tips to clean up your audio and end up with a sound that's better than a lot of what you'll find on YouTube. Okay, you know the drill. Please check the thumbs up button if you found this video useful. Also, be sure to subscribe to the RC Planeviews channel to be notified when I post new videos. So, put on those headphones and create some audio magic.